Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Investing Explained. Here's today's question. Today's question was asked by William Williams in our Facebook group. He asked, I've noticed a lot of the real estate podcasts out there talk as if real estate is the only successful investment a person can make. With your background in both stocks and real estate, do you invest in both? Should people consider assets outside of real estate? Before I start to answer this question directly, I want to say that this is such a great question. As a stock and real estate investor myself, I noticed something similar when I listened to other real estate podcasts. So now, to answer your question, yes, I do invest in both stocks and real estate currently, and I plan to indefinitely. I also do think that most people should invest in both stocks and real estate. It's going to vary from person to person, but in general, I would say yeah, most people should have exposure to both the stock market and real estate. This is a real estate show, so I don't want to go into the weeds of stock investing too much. If you want to hear more about my stock investing, you can check out my other podcast called Millennial Investing. I'll put a link to it in the show notes. But I will admit that once I studied real estate deeply and really understood it, I did start to heavily invest in real estate and backed off investing in the stock market a little bit. Growing up, I always knew I wanted to work in investments. My goal was to work at a hedge fund, actually. For various reasons, that didn't work out for me, but I still had and still do have a passion for stock investing. So I do still spend quite a bit of time analyzing companies and making individual stock picks, as well as investing automatically and passively in ETFs. And I even sell options to generate cash flow from the stock market. But I have lessened my allocation to stocks in the stock market over the last year or two and put more towards real estate. Originally, my entire portfolio, both the retirement accounts from my corporate career and my non-retirement investment accounts, were invested entirely in the stock market. Once I got into real estate, I decided to keep my retirement accounts from my corporate job in the stock market and continually invest in those every week. And then I'd invest the majority of my non-retirement investment money into real estate. So William, and everyone listening to the show today, just because that's what I've done doesn't mean that's necessarily the best strategy for everyone. But in general, I do think most people should have some of their portfolio allocated to stocks and some to real estate. That's all for this episode of Real Estate Investing Explained. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or subscribe to our YouTube channel to get even more free content.